Hello, in this tutorial we're going to look at something a bit counterintuitive, and that is how to uncombine a shape. Okay, so we know how to combine shapes with our combine operation. We're doing Boolean adds, adding a shape together, and it looks like we have here combined shapes. Okay, you can see they're actually different colors, and they're combined together. Now, sometimes it may be the case that we combine shapes earlier on and we do a bunch of other operations and we get to a point where we realize in fact we don't want those shapes to be combined together, and for whatever reason we may be unable to go back in history and uncombine them because that would throw off all of our subsequent operations. So how can we uncombine shapes? Okay, unfortunately it is not as easy as combining them, Boolean adding them together. There'll be quite a few more steps involved, and if it's a very intricate shape, you may be hard pressed to actually do this technique. Okay, but let's say we want to separate the two different tones from each other, have separate shapes. So how do we do this? Well, we need to separate the faces first. Okay, since it's all one shape, there's no way we can differentiate between these different shapes that we want to create. So the only way to differentiate between them is with the faces. Okay, so I'm going to pick all of these faces. In fact, I have mirror symmetry here, so I don't need to do anything to this one. Actually, I will have to at least explode it. Okay, so back to it. The way we separate these surfaces is with our explode. Okay, so we come into the freeform, pick explode, and we're picking the faces that we want to separate from the shape. So I'm just making sure I picked all those faces. Okay, now one thing I want to do is check this option, group connected faces. If I don't check this option, it's going to explode every face and all of these faces will become their own shapes. If I group connected faces, then it's going to group together the connected faces that I exploded, and you can see already I have my different shapes. There's just a couple more steps involved because these shapes do not have bottom surfaces yet. Okay, so I need to fill in these spaces. To do this, I'm just going to erase these faces here, and we'll just redraw or recreate one large face using an FEM patch, grabbing all of these edges. It should work out. I have faith in the FEM patch, it's a pretty good tool. Okay, we're just looking for none of those squares, we want triangles, confirm, and there we have a shape, and this should be a closed shape now. You can right click on the shape, entity info, closed. So we've separated that shape. Let's take a look at our other shapes. Okay, we have a few more things going on here. I will right click, unblank just these shapes, and we can blank this one. I can erase one side since I now have mirror symmetry, and let's just try the FEM patch again to repair this surface. Picking all the edges, we want to see the triangles, not the squares. These squares signify open endpoints. Okay, and we seem to be good. Let's confirm and see how it is. And that worked nicely. We can mirror our shape to the opposite side. Okay, and right click, unblank this shape. Okay, so now we have separated our shapes. Okay, it was originally one whole shape. We have uncombined them into their separate shape entities. Okay, and that is the method for doing it.